Hello and welcome. This is Andy from Sports and Songs, New York Community College. Today is February 4th, 2026. I've been off for a couple weeks. We are back at it. Going to hit it hard today. Our topic is the Queen album, Innuendo. This was the last Queen album they recorded with Freddie Mercury. It was released on this date. So that's why we are doing it today. Released on this date in 1991. So here we go. We'll talk about this album. Get your pens and paper out and get ready. This is the 14th studio album by Queen, British rock band Queen. Released February 4th, 1991. Produced by David Richards and Queen. It's the last album with lead singer Freddie Mercury. The album reached number one spot in the UK albums chart for 2 weeks. It also peaked at number one in Italy, the Netherlands, Germany, and Switzerland, staying at number one for 3, 4, and 6 and 8 weeks, respectively. It was the first Queen album to go gold in the US upon its release since The Works album in 1984. The album had been recorded between March 89 and November of 1990. In the spring of 87, Mercury had been diagnosed with AIDS. Even though he kept the illness a secret from the public and denied numerous medical reports that he was seriously ill, the band and the producers were aiming for a November or December release date, hoping to catch that critical Christmas market. But Mercury's declining health meant that the release of the album did not take place till February of 91. The album had been regarded as a return to Queen's mid-1970s bombastic period of music and lavish production. 9 months after the album was released, November 24th, Mercury passed away of AIDS, the day after he publicly revealed his condition. The album cover was designed by Queen and Richard Gray. The booklets and single covers from the album were inspired by illustrations by the 19th century French artist Jean-Jacques Gravier. I butchered that. It's French. I tried to be French. I'm sorry. The album was voted the 94th greatest album of its time by the National 2006 BBC poll. Queen released their 13th album, The Miracle, May of 89, but unlike their previous albums, they did not conduct a live tour. In an interview Freddie Mercury conducted that said on BBC Radio 1, he said that he wanted to take a break from the album tour routine. He had previously been diagnosed as HIV positive at 87, and at the time of the interview had been diagnosed with AIDS, which was not yet public. However, rumors have been spreading since the 1988 about his health and the possibility that he had the disease, with speculation fueled by the clear physical decline of his appearance, particularly his weight loss. While he kept quiet due to his performance not to talk to the media, the other band members denied the rumors. At one point, band member Roger Taylor told reporters he is healthy and working, quote. In February of 1990, Queen won the Brit Award for Outstanding Contribution to British Music. While Mercury accepted the award for the band at Brian May spoke for the band. Mercury's appearance at the ceremony sparked further speculation of his public health, speculation from the public about his health, which persisted in the 90s. The 1990 Brit Awards would be his final public appearance. Here's a picture of that for those of you watching on video. There he is there. Mercury did not speak publicly about his health, saying that he did not want to sell his music out of people's sympathy for him. He was determined to continue working on music for Queen as long as he could. He said that he would keep working until I effing drop. Only he said the word, not effing. Mercury was bothered by reporters at his London home, making it difficult for the band to record. As a result, they relocated to Mount Studios in Monterey, where it was safer and more peaceful. And speaking of that, for those of you watching on the video again, here's a statue of Freddie Mercury in Monterey. You can see it online if you want to look too. Early in the recording, the band decided all the works would be again credited to Queen as a whole instead of individual contributions. May said that the decision was made a significant impact in the recording process, while Taylor said that it helped eliminate much of the ego struggles that would normally cause bands to break up. So everything they did was written by Queen, done by Queen, so they kind of did that. The song listings are Innuendo, I'm Going Slightly Mad, Headlong. There's a couple notes on some of these songs. That was written by May in the studio that he had in Switzerland. He recorded it for his debut solo album, Back to the Light, which he was making at the same time. But after hearing Mercury sing it, he decided it better be a Queen song. I Can't Live Without You, Don't Cry So Hard, Ride the Wild Wind, All God's People, These Are the Days of Our Lives. Here's a little note on that one. It was written by Taylor. Keyboards were programmed by all band members in the studio. Percussion was recorded by David Roberts. The music video for the song was Mercury's last appearance in a video medium. And with his knowing farewell look straight into the camera, Mercury whispers, "I still love you," at the end of the song. By the time the video was made, it had become impossible to disguise that Mercury was seriously ill. The video was filmed. There's a picture of Freddie from that video. By the time the video was made, it had become impossible to disguise Mercury's seriously ill. The video was filmed in color, but converted to black and white to minimize Mercury's fail appearance. At a later date, color footage for the band making the video was released, revealing just how ill Mercury was at the time. Other songs were Delilah, The Hitman, Bayou, The Show Must Go On. If you watch the video of this, and if you have any heart, knowing Freddie Mercury's health at the time, you will not make it through the video without getting a little misty or choked up. What Freddie Mercury did for music, what Queen did for music at that time, you can't top. Look at what they did at Live Aid coming out. Contrary to the movie, he was not diagnosed with AIDS by the time, or HIV at the time. So, unlike what they say in the movie. Say what you will about his lifestyle. I could give two rips about Freddie Mercury's lifestyle. He was an entertainer. And to know that he went to his last breaths to entertain us. You see that? Look up on YouTube the making of this video. He struggles, but he did it for the fans. He did it for us. He did it for music. I can't think of anyone active right now that would do that. You could say, "Oh, this artist will. This artist will." Well, let's see when they're on their dying bed what they're doing from a disease that they know has been killing them for years, and they've still been going on. You won't see that anymore. Some may try and fake it, but they won't be this way. This is a good Queen album. This song was just so perfect for the end of his life, his farewell to us as fans, knowing what he gave. Looking at him here, like in this picture, then you look back to the early Freddie Mercury pictures from Live Aid, from all the other fun videos they had in time going on. That's not the same man on the cover of the book. But the inside of that man was stronger than I'll ever be, than any of us will ever be. Like I said, this video came out, I'll say 35 years ago, and it would still go good today because it's a Queen album. They all sound the same. Didn't that change things for it or anything else? In fact, for this album, as Freddie was dying, knowingly dying, lead vocals, background vocals, played keyboard on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the songs, and the drum machine on 2 of them, and the piano on 3 of them. For us. And for that, Freddie, thank you. It's been Sports and Songs Community College. Class dismissed.